Hi guys, it is Fightsai here with yet another video, and today we are going to be discussing the highly anticipated 140-pound title fight, Josh Taylor versus Teo the Takeover Lopez. Let's break it down. The fight already happened. Lopez dominated him. Let's break it down. Both guys going into the fight, both came off subpar performances. Lopez fighting the highly touted WBO contender Sandor Martin. I believe Lopez won that fight. I feel like he won the fight 8-2, but could have done better. With the knockdown, maybe 7-3. And Taylor arguably lost his last fight with Josh Taylor. Keys to victory for both guys. Lopez had to use his inside game or mid-range game to control the fight, since he is the shorter, smaller fighter. And Josh Taylor needs to control the outside with the jab as well as the clinch because he has the superior physical controls. Also needs to be mentioned the mindset for Teofimo Lopez. He hasn't been doing so good lately. It seems like ever since that Kambosos loss, he's been set back tremendously. He's been set back absolutely tremendously, and he hasn't been the same. This fight proved otherwise, but let's break it down technically, and then we'll go from there. What Lopez did great in the fight, he controlled range perfectly. He is the smaller fighter. He's smaller than Josh Taylor by at least 2.5 inches. Much smaller reach. He literally controlled the outside with the jab. His jab was on point that night. A few mistakes I noticed Lopez make was he backed up in straight lines, and my friend was actually with me. He was asking why that's a problem. I feel like I should go into that. If you back up in straight lines instead of like taking a step back and circling away from the guy, it makes it obvious where you're going to be. And if you're on the ropes, or especially in the corner, you can't get any leverage on your punches. You're kind of stuck, and the guy has superior positioning because he's in front of you. He can cut angles, and he can get full leverage from his punches. So that's something to note. Taylor had some very fundamentally big problems in this fight. He threw too many lead hooks. He should have been throwing the jab more. Teo was... And in the opposite stance battle, one of the main things is controlling the lead hand, and Lopez was doing it to perfection. Taylor was kind of forced to kind of hook his way into combinations, and Lopez would easily just pivot to his weak side and just light him up, basically. Lopez threw a few gazelle hooks. I think that changed the fight, absolutely changed the fight, as well as his rope work, kind of working Taylor on the ropes. Another mistake I kind of noticed Lopez make was he leaned over the front foot too much when throwing the trailing hand, the right hand. But overall, he dominated Taylor, like, no doubt. He beat him on my cards 8-4. I can even see 9-3. 7-5 might be a little close, but thankfully, at least this time, the judges chose the right person. Where both guys go from here. Now, I believe where both guys go from here, first of all, we thought, seeing as how badly Lopez got the shit beat out of him in the Kambosos fight, and he beat a meatball when he moved up to 140, and then he beat Sandor Martin. I really do believe he won that fight. Did Sandor Martin make him look bad at certain points? Sure. But I believe that Lopez really did win that fight. But with this win over Josh Taylor, not only did he prove he's elite, but he proved he's not a one-hit wonder. He beat Lomachenko. He's probably, in my opinion, out of the three guys to beat Lomachenko, probably beat him the most convincingly. I think, honestly, Salido probably also beat Lomachenko, but Haney just, so obvious a robbery. But that's a story for my last video. Basically discussed that in my last video. I think Lopez, if Haney moves up, I think Haney's probably moving up. he should absolutely give Haney, he should make Haney his first defense. That would be friggin' crazy, bro. That would be like fireworks. That would be easily a 50-50 pay-per-view fight. I think if Lopez beats Haney, I think he becomes like pound for pound number 2. If Haney wins, I mean, shit. Fucking that increases his stock drastically. I mean, either way, it's great for both guys. Taylor, definitely Lopez needed the win more. Taylor being undefeated and all, and being the undisputed champ at one point. But honestly, I think Taylor needs to fight around a little bit. I hear him talking about, wanting a rematch with Lopez. Unless he had a rematch clause in place, Lopez should absolutely not give him a rematch. There's no point in a rematch. He got destroyed. Yeah. Fight Size signing out.